Hello guys, welcome back to my lesson. In this video, I want to tell you about how can you draw parabola using factorizing form in quadratic equation. About quadratic equation, we have at least 3 forms for parabola, and for this equation, I want to using factorizing. About the factorizing form, you will have the equation like a multiplied with a multiplied with b minus h multiplied with h minus c. So example we have here is 1 multiplied h minus 1 multiplied with h minus 2. So why we call here factorizing? We have two brackets in at least 2 brackets in the quadratic form like here. Example here you got h minus 1 and h minus 2 multiply with the number outside here is 1. Sometimes when you got 1 outside, the question given without 1 like here, and then we just write out bracket 1 multiply with bracket 2. But sometimes the question will give you the form of quadratic equation factorizing form like this one. This means we have the number outside the 2 bracket here. Okay, so that is the factorizing form of quadratic equation. How can you draw parabola? About parabola, I need to revise about 4 main things about parabola. The first thing we need to do we need to determine about the parabola is the form of parabola. The form here may be smile or maybe sad face like this one. The second one we need to care about vertex. The next one, we need to care about the symmetrical line. So what does it mean, symmetrical line? The symmetrical line will tell you about the line we divide the parabola into 2 parts. The left hand side and the right hand side that reflect together through the symmetrical line. And the last one, the number 4 main thing here we have intercept. We need to care about the x-intercept and y-intercept. So how can you determine these 4 things in the equation? Okay, let me make it again. The form we have here is smile or the set phrase here. About the vertex, we have the mean point or the mark point. The symmetrical line will be here or something will be this one, and the x and y intercept. Okay, so we come back to the factorizing form. And example, I have the equation y equal to h minus 1 and multiply with h minus 2. So we need to determine 4 things here. About this form, this is quite very easy when you want to determine x and y intercept. Example, when I want to care about the intercept first, we can see that you got x-intercept and y-intercept is mean x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. Substitute 0 to this equation, you will have minus 1 multiplied with minus 2 here, and then you will got the number 2, which means the y-intercept will be 0 and 2. The next one, y equal to 0. Y equal to 0 is mean you got 2, these brackets have to be equal to 0. This means x equal to 1 or x equal to 2 now. So about x-intercept, we have 2 points. The first one is 2, 0, and the next one is 1 and 2. How about the other form? Okay, look at this. We have the number outside this bracket will be 1. So when I expand here, we can see that the number outside here is 1, here is x, and here is x. So if I want to determine the coefficient of x squared, about the coefficient of x squared, I want to take 1 here, multiply x here, and multiply x here. After this step, we got here is x squared. X squared is mean 1 multiply x squared, so the coefficient is x greater than 0. So when I have the coefficient of x squared greater than 0, the form of this quadratic equation will be small because x squared. This means 1 multiplied with x squared. This means 1 greater than 0. That's why we have here the form of the smile. The next thing we need to carefully about the vertex, and the next one we need to determine which one will be the symmetrical line. About the symmetrical line, we have problem. Look at this. This is a secret about the quadratic equation. About the symmetrical line, when I have the form of this one, you can see that the symmetrical line will divide this into the two parts, the left hand side and the right hand side. We call the line here is symmetrical line. Symmetrical line. And this left hand side and this right hand side will be reflect together. So when I tell you about the reflection, reflect together, it means if I'm got the point at this one, when I got the point of this one, the symmetrical line will be the midpoint between them. The distance between here and the distance between here have to be equal together. So I want to determine the point at this one. This point belonging to the symmetrical line. I want to determine which point in here. I'm just take through x-intercept, the midpoint of x-intercept. So talk about the x-intercept, we have here is 2 and here is 1. So the point here have to be 1.2. Why? Because you got 2 plus 1 divided by 2 equal to 1.5. This means the symmetrical line here in the vertical form of line, you got x equal to 1.5 at this point. This means the symmetrical line here will be 3 over 2. After that, it's quite easy for figure out the value of the vertex. When I have the function here, I'm just take x equal to 3 over 2 and calculate the value of y. Substitute here this one. To the bracket, we have 3 over 2 minus 1 is mean 1 over 2. And 2 over 3 minus 2 is mean minus 1 over 2. So the point will be minus 1 over 4. Y equal to minus 1 over 4, x equal to 3 over 2. This means the vertex of this one will be 3 over 2 like here. And the x will be, the y will be minus 1 over 4. Minus 1 over 4. Okay, so we can see that the main thing of this form, we need to figure out the intersection point, and x-intercept and y-intercept, including x-intercept, we can figure out the function or the equation of symmetrical line. About the factorizing, we have another order from 1, 2, 3, 4 in this line. I think the main point of this one will be the figure out the x-intercept first. After figure out x-intercept, we can figure out the symmetrical line. And then when I have the symmetrical line, I can figure out the coordinate of the vertex. And after that, we can figure out the form of this one. Okay, so a little bit different to the other form of graphing parabola. Yeah, this order only apply for factorizing. And in the next video, I want to tell you more why we need to figure out x-intercept first. Thank you so much for watching this one. This video only introducced about the factorizing form to the graph of parabola. Thank you.